All right, I'm back working on the wiring harness and stuff on this still. A lot of this wiring stuff I got to clean up. I got a fuse block here that I'm going to use for my ignition, source ignition switch for MSD, the electric fan, and electric choke on the carb there. And I'm going to mount this down underneath the starter solenoid, kind of keep everything in one place, and then I think that'll be about it for this engine wiring, other than the factory stuff here was completely butchered, and I'm struggling to figure out what all goes where. I think I got everything I think I got it figured out after looking at a bunch of stuff online. A bunch of connections like these where, you know, you can just freaking twist them together and call it a day. This is a big one, so I'm sure this one's going to be real nice looking. But I got this old harness from another parts truck because I ran out of wire loom, so I'm going to strip this thing of some loom and go ahead and put it all on here and get it cleaned up. Yeah, so this is definitely one of the things you do not do whatsoever when you're working with wiring on a car. This is definitely not good. Gonna cut these out, put proper connectors and shrink wrap and stuff on them. Stuff like this can probably cause a fire, if not, you know, major electrical issues with the stuff shorting out. So make sure not to ever do that, not to ever do this stuff on a car. I don't know how many times I've seen people use like wire nuts and stuff for radios, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've seen some horrible wiring in my day, but this is definitely a major one of the not to do's. All right, I got these all stripped back. You want to make sure when you cut these things, you cut them back to where there's no oxidization left on these wires, that they're nice and copper. Since I'm using the original wiring and stuff here, there was a little bit left because they just had electrical tape over the bare wires there, so I had cut a little bit back. And then I got the connector here and 3 pieces of shrink wrap and the correct size butt connectors there. I'm gonna hook them all together, and then once that's together, I think I'm gonna have to lengthen where'd it go? One ground wire. I'm not sure, this one right here. I'm gonna have to lengthen this, and then there's 4 other wires here for the voltage regulator, and I still got to get a new one, but I got the old one here. I'm gonna go ahead and find a place to mount it, and then get the correct connectors and everything on it, and get it all plugged up to where it needs to be. All right, so I got all the ends here shrink wrapped, look pretty decent. Proper way to do this rather than tying them together. All right, so I got the pieces of wire loom that I needed. I got cut off that harness, and I'm gonna just take and clean them up because they're pretty dirty. I mean, it's gonna bug me if there's nice loom on the rest of the car, and then there's, you know, can't have dirt in your wire loom. And we'll use my favorite toothbrush here, give them a little scrubbing, and then put them on the car, and hopefully look nice and pretty. Alrighty, they're all cleaned up. Would say it looks like $1 million, but it looks like probably about 75 cents to me. But they're about to go in the car. Yeah, that looks way better having all this loom and stuff on. Here's that fuse block I got going on. I still got to run a power wire from the switched ignition to this terminal here, and then these jumpers will feed the rest of them. So I got two more spots there if I add anything else, but I think it looks pretty decent so far. And here's a cover I've been kind of working on. It's going to go over top of all this wiring here. Slips over and bolts up here at the top with a couple Allen head bolts. This is actually a top of an air filter box on like one of my flare side trucks there. I have a bunch of this crap sitting around, so figured I'd make use of it. And you know, it has Ford logo and stuff on it, and I'm gonna clean it up. I had to do some cutting and trimming on it there and then I had to cut the whole back half of this thing off. Then actually had to cut a pie slice out of here because this came up, and I had to cut that out, heat it up, put it back together, and I used some Lord Fusion plastic adhesive and kind of glued it on the inside and on the outside. And so I'm going to sand it up, and then paint a nice semi-gloss black, and that way it'll hide all the wiring stuff that's going on there and look somewhat reasonable. Alright, so I put some self-etching primer and stuff on this. Looks like it's going on pretty good. I'm going to put another coat or two on it, get everything covered, and then I'll let it just flash up for about 5-10 minutes, and then probably come back and do the black. Kind of wish I could have plastic welded that hole up, but don't have really tools to be doing that here. But I think I can live with it. It's not perfect, but I think this thing is going to look all right. I mean, if I had the time, I'd like to get rid of some of these fins. I mean, just trim this thing back to where it's not so bulky looking. But I think it's going to look pretty good once you get a couple more coats on. Alright, this after the 2 coats of the just regular black satin gloss engine enamel paint. That's all I had really. I probably should have used a more plastic base, but looks pretty good. It's not fisheye or anything. The etch primer did a pretty good job laying a good base down. But I think I'm going to put at least one more wet coat on there, let it dry for a good long while, and it'll be ready to go on the car. There's the cover that's painted and put on and everything. Got these nice Allen head bolts and stuff on it. Looks pretty good. Hides everything, and it's, since the engine bay is already kind of dark, the satin black, I mean, it doesn't jump out at you. It doesn't look like it's, you know, out of place really. It looks a lot better than having all these wires and solenoid and all that stuff kind of showing. Alright, I got one of the Summit Racing fuel filters here, and working on these metal lines and stuff for it. It's going to sneak down between the coil and the head here. I'm going to have to cut this line, make one there, and then one that loops down underneath to this fitting right here. Goes underneath the power steering reservoir. So let's get to cutting these fittings. Alright, getting a basic idea on where this needs to be, and thinking about right about there where my thumbnail is. I'm going to take this, I'm going to mark it with a marker. Alright, I got that marked, and then I'm going to wrap this thing a couple times with a roll of electrical tape, and then take it to the shop, get a cut-off wheel and cut it. And the tape should keep this metal from flaring out and make this metal fitting go right on. Alright, got this thing taped up. I'm going to cut it right here on this side of the tape, cut-off wheel. Make sure if you're using one of these things, always use safety glasses. It's definitely not fun to get a piece of metal in your eye. I've had it happen multiple times. Alright, so we got that one made. Turned out pretty good, just snugged everything up. And so I'll work on making this longer one that runs down below everything. But I think that'll work. Looks pretty good. Just was a little concerned with heat, but I think it's far enough away from the exhaust and I'll get enough airflow coming through that shouldn't have any issues. Alright, all the fuel system, everything's on. All the fuel line. Had to route it in and around everything here. But pretty good. It's not really rubbing on anything. It should stay out of the way. Alright, here's a battery tray I'm putting in the back of the car. Battery's gonna be back here. Got bolts and a couple spacers to space it up off the trunk floor there. Once I get that in, I got most of this battery cable already runs down through the rocker panel. I just got to run it through the torque box here, and then find a way to clip it up around this so it's out of the way, and then run it to a starter solenoid, and that'll be about ready. And that'll be about all the wiring I think I gotta do. I gotta cut and shorten the plug in here for the distributor, but I gotta wait till I get it in so I know exactly how much to cut off. Still waiting on headers, because I got, well, they're taped up, but I got a square port instead of like most, I mean, about every head was like a rectangle port that came through Ford. These are aftermarket aluminum ones I got, and they got a square port, and so I'm having a little trouble finding ones that are the correct port size that will fit in here. So I might end up having to get some made. I'm not sure. Gonna have issues with these power steering lines for sure, so I'm gonna take them out once I get a set of headers, and I might have to make longer lines, or I might have to run these out through the fender apron and back through this side somewhere, just so they're away from the headers completely. But other than that, this thing's not too far away from getting started.